Yeah, good afternoon once again. So today's topic is demand. You know, economics, I told you earlier that it deals with human allocation of resources. So, human, we allocate. So how our behavior towards when we have things and when we don't have. So demand is going to tell us the mindset of consumers. So demand is all about what? The mindset of consumers. So how we behave, how we react when we have money, and how we react or behave when we don't have. So what is demand itself? I said demand is the quantity of goods or services consumers are willing and able to buy at a given price and time. So the quantity you are able to buy, whenever you have that cash to buy it, and being happy to buy at any point in time is demand. So there's not going to be demand when you're not happy buying. It is not demand. Demand means willingness and ability. So you have the ability to buy, that means you have the money to pay. And you are happy paying that amount of money. Nobody's putting you into duress. Then we talk about demand. So without willingness and ability, there's no demand. Do we understand demand here? So let's see the law of demand and how it works with us. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, and the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. So when the price of products are high, we tend to buy less in quantity. But when the prices are low, we buy more. Yes or no?
Yes.
I think it's the mindset of everyone in here. So we tend to buy more of our products. We tend to take more of services when the prices are conducive and affordable. So that is the typical law of demand. So it says when the price is high, consumers don't want to buy. But when the price falls, consumers will buy more of our products.
Yeah.
Do we understand the law of demand here? Okay, so let's see how it works here. So a typical demand curve is represented as dots. We have the price, which is P, and the quantity demanded, which represents Q, which is units. Okay, so let's see the price here. The price is 5. When the price is 5 here, the quantity demanded of the product comes to 30. As the price increases, the quantity demanded reduces. As the price increases to $15, the quantity demanded falls to what? 10 number units of the product. So this is what we call a typical demand curve. So when you check this slope, when you check this graph, it shows that when the price is falling, the quantity increases. When the price is falling, the quantity increases. That's why we call demand curve a downward slope. So it is downward slope because it is where it reaches the highest point, where the quantity demanded is high at a lower price. So when the price falls, the quantity demanded increases. But when the price increases, the quantity demanded falls. Do we understand here? So this is showing what? The law of demand. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. The lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded of a product or of a commodity. Is it clear? So in demand, whatever happens, whenever we think about buying, there are sometimes we feel like buying more, and there are sometimes we feel like buying less. This time is what we call a change in quantity demanded. So a change in quantity demanded could be as a result of certain factors. But it is not only price that makes us not to buy. Sometimes the price is affordable, but we can't buy. Not because it is not affordable, but we have other things that is not making us to buy. So that makes us to have what we call pricing factor and non-pricing factor. So when we don't buy because of the price, it's a pricing factor. When we don't buy because of other reasons, not price, it's a non-pricing factor. Do we understand these different things here? We demand for a product. The product will have a price. But sometimes we don't buy, not because of price. We have other reasons for not buying. But when we don't buy because of price, we call it a change in demand, but we call it movement in demand. So look, I said changes in demand. So changes in demand could be movement or shift in demand. So there's movement in demand and there's a shift in demand. We call this movement in demand when we don't buy because of price, or we continue to buy because the price is less. That is movement in demand. So movement in demand is as a result of what? A change in the price of a product. So when there's a change in the price of a product, there will be movement in the demand or in the quantity demanded of that product. Listen again. When there's a change in the price of a product, there will be what? A change in the quantity demanded of the product. So the change in the quantity demanded of a product could be an increase in the quantity demanded or a decrease in the quantity demanded. So when there's an increase in the quantity demanded of a product, we call it contraction or expansion. When there's an increase in the quantity, oh sorry, I made a mistake here. I think a fall. Sorry, where's my marker? It is expansion when the price is going up, it comes contraction. Please change that, and it's expanding, expansion, when the price is falling. Do you get it here? Do you get the mistake here? Okay? So we have, like I said earlier, changes in demand is movement and shift. So it is movement when it is because we are not buying based on price, or we buy more based on price. So when we buy more of a product because the price has fallen, we call it expansion. The price falls, it's expansion. But when we stop buying a product or we buy less of the quantity, it becomes contraction. Because the price is what? The price has increased. So when we buy more, it's because the price has fallen. We call it expansion in movement in demand. But when we buy less, as I said, it's what? Contraction. That means it shrinks. We don't buy more because of what? A change in price, which is what? Increase in price. Do we understand? So movement could be what? Contraction or expansion. It is expansion when the price falls, and it is contraction when the price increases. Do we understand this? Any question? No. Then we have what we call shift in demand. Why is this shift in demand? It's a shift in demand because we are talking about a non-pricing factor. What do I call it? Non-pricing factor. That means we don't buy this product because of what? Not because of price. We are not buying because of other reasons. So other reasons could be the income level, the availability of substitute goods, complementary goods, taste and culture. So these are also reasons which makes us not to buy a product. So I'm going to take it one at a time. Income level. The product is there for us to buy. The price is low. But based on what I have in my pocket, based on my level of income, I can't afford it. So I am not going to buy the product, not because the price is not low, but I don't have such amount of money to buy. My income level is not within that budget to buy.
Yes.
So we are not buying this product because of, I am not buying this product, you are not buying this product, not because the price is high, but because your level of income can't afford it. Do we understand? Is this the price factor? Your level of income, can it be price? It's not price, or can it be price? This is a non-price factor. Because we are not buying not because the price has fallen or the price has increased. We are not buying because our income level does not permit us to buy. That means income is the amount of money you have, the amount of money you earn, the amount of money you can dispose, the amount of money you can spend. So the amount of money you can spend is not able to fit into that budget. So you can't buy it not because of the price, you can't buy because your level of income is low for that product. Your level of income is low for that service. Do we understand this? So when we can't buy a product, when we can't afford to buy a product based on our income level, we call it what? A shift in demand. So a shift in demand is as a result of what? Non-pricing factors in demand. Do we understand here? Do we get it? So another non-pricing factor is availability of substitute goods. So what are substitute goods? Goods that have the same or similar usage, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They are homogeneous products. They have the same functions. But I could choose to buy more of Coca-Cola, not buying Pepsi because Coca-Cola is available. But if there's no Coca-Cola available, we all buy Pepsi. So the quantity demanded of Pepsi increases because Coca-Cola is not available. Do we understand this? Not because of the price of Pepsi is falling, or not because the price of Coca-Cola has increased, but we stop buying Coca-Cola because we don't have it available. So the quantity demanded of Pepsi increased because Coca-Cola, which is what a substitute product to Pepsi, is not available. So all those who like to buy Coca-Cola stop buying because they can't find it available. So the quantity demanded of Pepsi has increased. So this is not because of price, but because of what? Lack of availability of substitute goods. Do we understand? So is this a pricing factor?
No.
Is this a pricing factor? Because it's not a pricing factor, it's what? A shift in demand. So the quantity demanded of Pepsi has increased because of we don't have Coca-Cola available. Or the quantity of Coca-Cola has increased because there is no Pepsi. Do we understand availability of substitute products here?
Yes.
So this is also what, as a result of a change in quantity, a change in what quantity demanded, which has come across because of the non-pricing factor. So here we call it what? Non-pricing factor. Non-pricing factors. So they are non-pricing factors because we are not buying or we continue to buy more, not because of price.
Sir, the battery is...
It's okay. Just okay. Is it clear there? So the first one we talked about is what? Income level. I'm not buying the product not because of the price, but because of the amount of money I have, can't afford it. The second one is availability of substitute goods. We are not buying this product not because of price, but because of the homogeneous or the rival products are available or not available. The third one is complementary goods. What are complementary goods? Goods that can't be used without the other products. So like the marker and the ink, they are complementary. Tea and sugar, phones and chargers. So they are complementary products. So we might continue to buy a product if the complementary good is available, or we stop buying a product because we don't have the complementary good available. Do we get it here? So if we stop buying a product because of the unavailability of the complementary goods, we call it a non-pricing factor, which we call also a shift in demand. And the last one is what? Taste and culture, influence, tradition. I might choose to buy iPhone 12 because my friends are buying. I might not buy because my friends are not buying. Do we understand? So these are culture, these are taste. It's not about price. I love such thing, I want to buy it. Not because of the price, not because of the price is high or low. I want to buy it because everybody is buying. I don't want to buy it because none is buying. Do we understand this? So these reasons are not pricing reasons. They are not pricing factors. They are non-pricing factors. And if this occurs, an increase in it because of a non-pricing factor, we shift our demand curve from D0 to what? D2. Do you understand? An increase in the quantity demanded of a product based on a non-pricing factor, we shift our demand curve rightward. And a decrease because of a non-pricing factor, we shift our demand curve leftward from D0 to D1, a leftward. Do we understand here? Because a change in price or a change in quantity demanded can be an increase in quantity demanded, which is a rightward shift, or a decrease in the quantity demanded, which is what? A leftward shift. For non-pricing factor. An increase in the quantity demanded based on price will cause expansion. A decrease in the quantity demanded based on price will cause contraction. Do we understand the difference here? So there is a difference between shift in demand, movement in demand. Shift in demand is as a result of the non-pricing factors, such as the level of income, such as the availability of substitute goods, such as complementary products, taste, and preferences. But pricing factors will only shift, will only what? Make our demand move through contraction or expansion. So, do we understand the difference between contraction, expansion?
Yes.
Contraction means we don't buy more. Expansion means we are buying more. A shift in demand, rightward means the quantity demanded has increased. A shift in demand leftward means the quantity demanded has fallen. Do we understand demand here? So a recap is demand is for consumers. It tells us how we behave. It shows us our behavior when we know the price of products. When the price of a product falls, we tend to buy more. And when the price of a product rises, we tend to buy less, or less regarding what the quantity demanded. Do we understand?
Yes.
Do we understand demand here? Any question about it?